know, the girl's name is Esmeralda, and the wolf's name is Gordy Wolfenbone. I may or may not be getting there.
I was like, I don't know, man.
Hey, look, it's...
That's really his name. He's the Sith Lord Protoss.
That's true. That's really him. You know, I made fun of Twilight when it first came out, and someone said, well, how can you make fun of that? You haven't even read the book. And I'm like, you're right. So I read the book, and now I can make fun of it all I want. And so up here at the top of the map is our blue Terran player.
MVP King.
Well, for me, what happened was I didn't make fun of it, but I just said I'm not really into it. And people said, well, how can you say that? Just same thing like you said. I said, well, okay. And then I read the synopsis, and then I still said, no, I don't really want to read it.
That's all you have to do, really. I haven't read any of the other ones. I just read the first one.
Well, that's good to hear.
Isn't it?
I'm sorry, angry Twilight fans. I'm sure it's not actually...
I know there's some out there.
I'm sure it's not actually a terrible series. I haven't read it. I can't judge it, but it's something that I myself would not be interested in.
That's right. I can't judge it too harshly. It's just not my thing. You know, it's not my style.
Yeah.
So
I'm more of a Star Wars guy. That's why I make Sith Lord jokes about HongUn.
That's true. Me too.
The HongUn's kind of like Darth Maul of the Sith Lord. He's not. Yeah, he's going Nexus first. He's kind of. He's like that Sith Lord that nobody really remembers. He has like an unusual weapon.
Yeah.
And you know,
Darth
he has to
Maul.
run errands. He does weird things. I mean, what other Sith Lord rode a speeder bike?
Yeah, Darth Maul. He rode
He's the only one who rode a speeder bike. I mean, like what?
Speeder bikes are cool, man.
For example, Count Dooku. Do you think he would ever be caught dead on a speeder bike? No, man. He has personal transports and guards.
Dude, he did ride a speeder bike in Clones.
Only to escape. Okay, only to escape. He didn't ride a speeder bike as his normal mode of transportation. All right.
Do you think he would have preferred to fly or something?
Well, he couldn't get out any other way. He did eventually fly. He took his speeder bike to his personal ship where he flew away.
I guess.
He hung out in Grievous's tower at the top of the flagship, man. He was important.
Don't get me started on Grievous. He was like the lamest.
Palpatine, man, he was a senator. He was important. He had his own fancy room. He had like a lightsaber chair where he could pull his lightsaber out of his chair.
You don't think Dooku had all that and more?
I'm sure he did, but you know what? Darth Maul did not.
No, Darth Maul definitely didn't.
Darth Maul's a lame Sith Lord.
It's sad to say, but he kind of is.
I think he got all the bad jobs because he wasn't human. I think Palpatine might have actually been a racist. Well, that's actually a little bit messed up.
That's well documented, man. The Empire, very racist. You know, think about the guy in New Hope, you know, when they're taking Chewbacca, it's like, where are you taking this thing?
It's true, man.
That's racist.
They don't treat Wookiees with respect.
It's true. Or any other race. Ewoks, man, just kick them.
Well, HongUn's gone Nexus first, and he has added a few more gateways back in his main. He's gone up to 2 gates. He went gate core, and now he's starting his first Stalker, starting Warp Gate research.
Meanwhile,
at Keen's base, Keen has gone for 1 barracks expand. He's transferring his SCVs now. He's gone up to 2 more barracks. So HongUn kind of getting the better end of the build order here, I would say.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he'll get a little bit of that macro advantage. I like that Keen is going for more of a standard play. You're getting 3 gateways, or not gateways, getting 3 barracks, getting the add-ons, getting his engineering bay for upgrades, just going into a very
really like
normal
that he's getting the fast eBay to give that +1.
Well, there's no reason not to. I mean, you see Zergs get a fast Evo chamber against Protoss players, so why not, as a Terran player, get a fast engineering bay? You can get a faster +1, you can get a turret up, keeps you safe against DTs. Exact same thought process that you follow in ZVP. It's not a big investment. It's really not.
It's not a huge investment. It's a really good thing to have. Unfortunately, engineering bays can no longer float, but even so,
true.
It's good to have that engineering bay up earlier.
You know, why is that?
Well, all right, I talked about this with Moletrap earlier, actually. You know how fast engineering bays build in StarCraft 2? They're actually one of the fastest building structures, and they're only 125 mils. That's why they're used to block hatcheries and nexuses and things like that. Imagine if you did a Marauder push where, you know, your opponent has that ramp advantage, but you build an engineering bay at his ramp and float it.
Oh, I used to do that with the barracks. I would proxy my 3rd barracks outside the Protoss base and then float it because it works very much the same way.
But eBay builds so fast.
Yeah,
imagine if you did that. And of course, in StarCraft 1, they were used to fly around, and you could use them for upgrades, but you could use them to spot for your siege tanks as well.
Is this supposed to make me happy they don't fly?
No, I'm just telling you, I think that's the reason why they don't fly in StarCraft 2. I think Blizzard made that decision. It was a smart decision.
I think you're right.
I think that's the reason why, because obviously it would be pretty strong if you could just lift an eBay and do that.
Certainly would be. Be awesome. Well, there's a Stargate on the way.
Yeah, Stargate going down for HongUn as well as a Forge. It's gone up to 4 gateways.
Yep.
Back at the base of Keen, he's getting Stim, Combat Shields +1 is about 2/3 of the way done. Getting a Ghost Academy. Is HongUn going to do a HongUn thing and make a Fleet Beacon here? He's getting +1.
Oh,
is he going to get the Fleet Beacon?
I think you might absolutely be right here. We might even see some
there it
carriers.
is.
Wow. Fleet Beacon time. Oh, I do like watching HongUn. He makes things like motherships and carriers.
This is a very Brood War-esque thing to do. Speaking of Brood War, to just make 2 Stargates, hide them with a Fleet Beacon, and start making carriers so your opponent doesn't know. Then you have to start making Goliaths. Now in StarCraft 2, there's no such thing as a Goliath.
Nope.
And there is this unit called the Marine that's pretty good against carriers. But Ghost Academy actually can help quite a bit against carriers. If you EMP them, their shields would, of course, be much less.
They don't have Lockdown anymore, though.
They do not have
Can't
Lockdown.
do that.
Lockdown is an expensive upgrade, man.
Yeah. So annoying, though.
I wonder if we'll see Lockdown in Heart of the Storm. That'd be pretty cool. Imagine if you could use Lockdown in TVT to kill Siege Lions. Here we go.
He is going right for carriers.
Now remember, guys, HongUn is actually the first player to ever make a carrier in the GSL.
And still the only player, I think, as well. I can't think of any other Protoss player that's made a carrier.
San made carriers in the World Championship tournament.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, this is a pretty strong push coming out right now for Keen. Is HongUn going to have enough to defend
I actually think he will. He has enough force fields to delay the push. He's got his Graviton Catapult on the way. He's got +1 air weapons. Graviton Catapult, for those of you guys who don't know, since we see carriers so rarely, allows your interceptors to launch faster from the carrier itself.
Yep.
Another tip about carriers that some people don't know is that if you right-click on the interceptor build logo, it will actually build interceptors automatically, similar to auto repair. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
You can auto cast it, so it'll constantly build interceptors.
Oh, nice EMP there.
EMP, but he still has enough for force fields, but not enough to force field all of these units off. That's for sure.
Yep, he's got a few. Oh, actually, it's lucky that those ghosts didn't get force fielded in, and pretty good force fields from HongUn, actually.
Yeah, pretty good force fields. The Marines targeting down these sentries. He's going to want to pull back now, though, as those force fields fall. He's actually doing as much damage as he can. More Zealots warping in here. The first carrier is out.
Carrier has arrived.
He's actually making interceptors on it right now. A bunker goes down here, but the carrier is out.
Is it going to be fast enough? There's only 4 Marines there. Not many Marines at all, actually.
Yeah, he's actually trying to target down that carrier, but it's not going to get targeted down. The Nexus, though, may get targeted down. The second carrier trying to do what he can.
Save it?
I think he will save it, but it's going to be close. Nice micro by Keen.
I don't know, man.
More units coming in here, though, to target down the Nexus.
Oh, this is so close. The Nexus is going to die, I think.
Oh, 8 hit points left. 8 hit points left. One more shot from any of those Terran units would have done it, man. I can't believe HongUn didn't pull his probes. Anyone else would have pulled their probes. But HongUn said, no!
I guess
no,
not.
I make carriers. I don't pull my probes, and my Nexus has 8 hit points left. Keen is going to try to go for this.
Be able to stop these, so all he has to do is run right past. He's going to try one shot from the Marauder. Oh, and he saves it again. I can't believe it.
And HongUn is ahead, man, and you know how many carriers he's about to have? He's about to have 4.
Yeah.
The third carrier pops here, and the fourth one is about to pop. Remember, he has +1 weapons for these carriers as well. Vikings are being produced for Keen. He's also added the second starport. He's making a second reactor. He's going to have to make a lot of Vikings.
Vikings don't do too well against carriers, honestly. They die fairly quickly.
That's actually, it depends on the numbers. If you have 6 or more Vikings, they actually do extremely well. Anything less than that, though, and it's not the case, I'm actually surprised HongUn is going to go to 6 carries and making 2 more. If he actually stopped at 4 and made only Stalkers and kept pressuring, I think that would be the right choice. But in this case, he's going to make 2 more carriers. That's okay. He's continuing to make interceptors. These Zealots are coming around the other side. This is so many interceptors.
Yeah.
HongUn is... This push is really risky, man. He's got a bunker full of units there. The Mobius reactor is on the way. He's got a decent amount of Marines, and these Vikings are coming out. You know, I'm not sure this is the right moment to go, but he's going to go with it. Remember, he has Guardian Shield that makes those interceptors much more deadly.
That's very true. Well, here he goes. Interceptors taking flight to try to do some damage here. SCVs immediately coming off the line. Good force fields again from HongUn. SCVs repairing that bunker as best they can. Will it be enough? There are 2 Vikings out. And
that bunker is just staying alive, man. There's so many SCVs that the Zealots cannot attack it.
Yeah.
There's just not enough anti-air here, man.
Oh, wow. I think HongUn's got it.
I think HongUn's got it for sure. Just too many SCVs are falling, and HongUn with an awesome new carrier build just taking out Keen here. Looks like 1 carrier will fall, but the rest of the carriers are plenty enough here. There's only a missile turret and SCVs and 2 Marauders, and that cannot beat carriers, man.
This is so awesome. I can't believe we're seeing this. HongUn
The crowd is going wild here at the studio because no one has ever seen carriers used in such a way.
No, nothing like this before. Wow. So impressive by HongUn, really making carriers work. I never thought I'd be saying those words.
You know, when I said I think he's going to make a fleet beacon, I felt something. Something I haven't felt since... Well, it's been a long time, man. And when HongUn made those made that fleet beacon, I got excited. GG!
Man, HongUn Prime.
I don't know, man. I just felt something. I really did. I could really feel it. I feel like Luke right now when I put the blast shield over my face and I couldn't see. I just felt something. I was like, he's going to make the fleet beacon, and he did it. And he held that push-off barrel, and he kept his Nexus alive.
Yeah.
Wow. W-O-W, wow.
Well, Keen is 1-2. HongUn is 1-2. HongUn breathed a new hope into his possibilities of staying in Code S.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, man. I mean, when I saw him make that starport, you can hear the crowd. I mean,
the crowd is going wild for HongUn.
Yeah, they love the carriers. We love the carriers. But when I saw him make that Stargate at that time, I was like, that's a little bit weird. That's kind of a weird time to make that Stargate. And then, like you said, you know, it was only a matter of time until
Did you feel it too?
I didn't know what it was. I felt a little bit weird. I was like, well, that's kind of a weird timing. But I'm like, well, we'll see what he does. I was not expecting carriers, though. I forgot who we were casting for a second there.
I had this feeling, I think he's going to make a fleet beacon. And then I saw +1 weapons, and I was like, and then the fleet beacon was there, and I was like,
well, here's the thing, is like, at MLG, he made carriers and he lost. And I actually tweeted, I said, I feel like making carriers like pressing the lose in 5 minutes button, you know? Because you don't see carriers used correctly. They're just built really slow. They're really expensive. It's hard to fit
only
them in
one
everything.
man can do it, and it's HongUn.
I guess so.
And,
I mean,
once there was a man named Greg Fields, and he said building carriers is a good skill to I have.
That's true. It might even be a good skill in StarCraft 2 as well.
We will see.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give HongUn credit for continuing to try it, you know? I mean, you see him use it more and more lately. He's going to be the guy that revolutionizes carrier usage in StarCraft 2. Nobody else is really doing this right now.
Yeah, I'm actually really tempted myself to go home and try it. I mean, obviously I can't do it as well as he can, but it may be the beginning.
You know, I mostly played Zerg in Brood War, but I did play a good amount of Protoss, and I played Protoss because I loved using carriers. And if people can find a way to make carriers work, I might switch my race yet again. We'll see.
Carriers are just so sick, man. They look so cool in StarCraft 2.
They do.
Especially that Graviton catapult.
Man, carriers
come out
just
so
look cool
fast
all the time. It's like an angry, like flying mechanical beehive, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love carriers, man.
Yeah.
They come and they say carrier has arrived.
I know.
All right, guys. Think about the carriers. Think about what you want. We've got 5 minutes to think and reflect upon what has happened here. So take a quick 5-minute break as we do. See you guys in 5.